In your view, what is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North? In your view, what is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North? Mr. Magala Umar. And you have 1 minute.
Thank you very much. The greatest challenge that facing Kawempe North is lack of health infrastructure.
Okay. Thank you very much. I wish all candidates can emulate him because it's a straightforward question. We have a couple of questions to go through. So if all of you can emulate him, please, that would be great. Mr. Mulumba Matthias, same question. In your view, what is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North?
The greatest challenge in my area, being the chairman of Erias and I've noticed, is poverty. People are very poor. That's why I even came up with the name of Chukumicha Dollar, that people should have at least an emergency fee of $100. So when you have money, you can solve every problem. So poverty is the issue in my area.
Thank you. Mr. Nsereko Moses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What, in your view, is the greatest development challenge facing Kawempe North?
There are so many, sir. The first one is poor drainage, Emiala. Poor drainage, Emiala. Then the second one, poverty. Poverty, Mr. President, poverty. That's why I came up with this idea. Nsereko Moses saving boxy.
Thank you.
Banakawempe, muri kuchutufu.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kachika Frederick.
Thank you, sir.
Let's listen.
The problem we have in Kawempe, in my constituents, since the President Museveni got to power, Kawempe North, we have a problem of education. We have only we don't have any secondary school in Kawempe North. That's a big problem facing the Kawempe North.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, same question. Let's listen to Dr. Charles Rubagumya.
The greatest development challenge in Kawempe, first of all, Kawempe is a ghetto area full of people who are low income earners. Our youth don't have what to do. They are jobless. Our women are not empowered. And generally speaking, even the respect for human rights by the regime is also a problem to the people of Kawempe.
Thank you very much. Let's have Engineer Senkungu Kenneth.
Thank you so much. What I feel the greatest development challenge you have had in Kawempe North. Kawempe North has many factories, industries, and also different households. But one of the key problems industries or factories are facing, the high tariffs in terms of electricity. That's why you find that the costs of production are high, and you find that at the end of the day, the goods they manufacture are also high. But if we try to reduce on the electricity tariffs, and also we can make sure that they are able to produce goods at a much cheaper cost.
Thank you very much. To your left, two people, Council Luimbazi, Erias Nalukola.
In Kawempe North constituency, we have a challenge of insufficient or inadequate planning for our resources, including human and other resources. We don't plan. Even those projects you see there, a good number of them are put in place before planning. We need sufficient planning.
Planning, thank you. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. Serunkuma Salim. Let's listen, please.
The greatest challenges in Kawempe being Kawempe being a ghetto area.
Let's listen to the candidate. Please.
Kawempe being a ghetto area, there is insecurity, there is unemployment, and there is a health crisis. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Luwemba Luswa Mohammed.
Thank you so much. The health sector is very poor, and the issue of unemployment, especially the young generation, the youth. So that's all.
Thank you very much. And finally, but by no means the least, Mr. Kulia Saulo Ziwa.
Yes. In Kawempe we have many problems, but I can identify some, like garbage collections in Kawempe, unemployment, poor drainages, poverty among our youth, and other people, poor LSA facilities, and we don't have like a USE secondary schools in Kawempe. We only have private secondary schools, so we can work on those ones.
Thank you.
To get a better Kawempe.
Dr. Judith Nalukola will ask the next question. Thank you.
So we are going to go on our question number 2, and we are going to start in the order like we started. So, Mr. Magala, what is your understanding of the role of an MP?
Thank you very much. The question is very clear. The understanding of the role of an MP is already stipulated in the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. An MP does oversight role. An MP does represent his constituents. An MP does representation of the people. And an MP as well does appropriation of the budget. Thank you very much. So those are the cardinal roles of an MP.
Mr. Mulumba Matthias, your colleague has talked about those roles. What is your understanding of appropriations?
That is a process where the MP looks at how the people of that area, how they can benefit from the government, from the service delivery, that they should be given properly to those areas where he represents.
Okay, thank you very much. The same question applies to Mr. Nsereko Moses. What is your understanding of appropriations? Mr. Nsereko Moses.
I beg your pardon, sir.
What is your understanding of appropriations? Your colleague said there are 4 functions: legislation, oversight, appropriation, and representation. What is appropriations?
What I can say, the role of an MP, Parliament, the role of an MP to pass laws that govern the country. MPs make laws that govern this country. Also to represent your people, the one who have voted for you. That is it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Frederick. Mr. Frederick.
Yes, madam.
On the role of oversight.
Yes.
We've had precedents of members of parliament who have been given the role of oversight. I'm sure you know them. And they have not performed to accordance to what we expect of them. What are you going to do as a member of parliament in the role of oversight?
Thank you, madam. One of the role of parliament oversighted. So what the madam asked me, Kachika, what are you going to do? Because we see many members of parliament not working, not do their own, not do their jobs. But Kachika will make sure that I work tirelessly to see people get delivered, get well representative.
Please, let's listen. Let's listen to the candidates.
Dr. Charles Rubagumya, I think I posed the same question to you. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, the same question to you.
Oversight function.
Okay, I am going to repeat it. I said we have seen in the current parliament, we entrusted some of our leaders with a role of oversight, and they have not performed to our expectations. In fact, they haven't performed at all. What are you going to do as a member of parliament in as far as oversight is concerned?
I told you that you cannot give what you don't have. You give what you have. My main goal is to join the struggle of removing the dictatorial regime of President Museveni, because all those functions you are talking about, oversight role, allocation of resources, all programs, these people they are presenting, who is going to give them the budget? Can a dictator give them a budget? Who is going to give them the power to implement all those good projects? The main role, the main solution is to uproot the dictatorial regime of President Museveni. Then afterwards, that's when we shall get into our promised land. That's when all those health issues will be fixed. That's when all education issues will be fixed. That's all those programs which are supposed to be supervised by the MPs will be implemented. But you cannot do all those programs, all wonderful programs, under a dictatorial regime.
Thank you
so
very
the main role is to remove the dictatorial regime.
Thank you.
And then we get into our promised land, which we always think about.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth. Engineer Senkungu Kenneth.
Yes, please.
The question we would like you to answer. Name any 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament. Any 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament.
The 3 roles of the Speaker of Parliament. 1 is to oversee the House, because they are the ones who are the chairpersons of all the sessions or all the sittings of the House. 2, approvals of the national budget. And also 3, trying to make sure that through the parliamentary commission to try to know the privileges and also the allocations for all the different persons in this country.
Thank you very much. The same question applies to you, Councillor Imbazi. However, we would like you to explain more on the Speaker's role when it comes to the Parliamentary Commission. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. The Speaker, people power, our power, Ra. Speaker is the chairperson of the Parliamentary Commission. The Parliamentary Commission is the body which does the administrative role of Parliament, including but not limited to proposing the remunerations and determining administrative questions and issues which arise in day-to-day running of Parliament. If you allow me the latitude.
Thank you, Council. I appreciate that. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. Mr. Serunkuma Salim. I will have Dr. Judith Nalukola pose the next question.
Mr. Serunkuma, like we said,
Let's listen to the question, please.
The roles of members of parliament include representation. The number of youth in Uganda is between 78 to 80%. And that means your constituents of Kawempe North is mainly youth. How are you going to represent those young people with so many problems that they have? How are you going to represent them in parliament?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The majority of the population in Uganda, all of us we know, are the youth. But I'm assured they are not well represented in parliament, yet there are people who are supposed to represent the youth in parliament. So I always advocate for the youth, such that they can be skilled, they can be employed, passing bills that they can be given cheap loans, soft loans, such that they can operate small business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The last two candidates will tell us one law. For this section, the last two candidates are supposed to tell us one law. If they had 1 minute in parliament, which law would they propose and table in the parliament of Uganda? That is, starting with Mr. Luemba Luswa Mohammed. One law that you would pass in parliament, that you would propose.
Thank you so much, moderator. People power, our power. Moderator, it's the age limit, because General Museveni for over 40 years is in power because of the age limit. So I want to be very clear when I enter parliament. I want to fight hard, fight tiresomely, like my brother, the Honorable Segirinya, to make sure that the age limit is being passed.
Thank you. The same question for Mr. Kulia Saulo Ziwa.
When I go to parliament, I will propose that we get a commission to look after the elections, to get independent electoral commission, so that the president is not the one to choose those people on electoral commission.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear audience, we have completed questions about parliament. We're now going to go to a question that will be posed by my colleague, Dr. Judith Nalukola, about National Unity Platform. The question is about the National Unity Platform. Dr. Nalukola.
I'm going to start from the previous speaker, Mr. Kuliasao. So you're going to tell us, just mention one value of National Unity Platform, then you expound on it, how you as a member of parliament, you're going to carry on these values of National Unity Platform.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. Me, I will stick on justice, because everyone here needs justice. It is from the God, me Kulia Saulo Ziwa, to be a Ugandan. It is not from anyone else. So that I will be advocating for justice, because we need justice. As things are going on in Uganda, it seems we are not equal at all. I will put my emphasis on justice, so that we can help our country and we liberate all Ugandans. As you know, our grandfathers and mothers fought so that we get independence. They thought that all Ugandans will be independent. But after getting the independence, it seems we are not independent. So it is us to fight for our independence in Uganda.
On the next, I'll go with Mr. Luemba. I will pose the same question to you.
One value.
Mr. President, moderator, discipline is one of the core values of National Unity Platform. And today, we are being disrespected by the so-called regime propagandists that are being planted in the National Unity Platform. I will emphasize discipline once I enter Parliament. Corruption, I will fight tiresomely, Mr. President, to fight corruption, because corruption, it has been a key factor in this disuniting National Unity Platform. Thank you.
Mr. Serunkuma Salim, one value, same question.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I am the moderator, I'm not the president.
Oh.
President is...
Thank you, moderator. I will always emphasize the point of liability. In the National Unity Platform, all of us, we are aware of that. The liable is the main problem that we have here. Mr. Problem, we have been with people here. We have sent them to different locations.
Let's give him a chance. Let's
to
listen
represent
to
people.
him.
But they have already disappointed us. I will always be reliable to the people of National Unity Platform and Uganda in general. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Luimbazi Elias Nalukola, one value and how you will espouse it in Parliament.
Integrity. Integrity. It begins with you as a person. You discipline yourself. You restrain yourself from taking what is not yours, what you are not entitled to. In that regard, I will restrain myself. I will make sure that I promote integrity, not only among the members of National Unity Platform, but also my fellow members of Parliament, because it is unconstitutional, it is illegal for one to do that which is contrary to integrity. We must practice good integrity even when we are not being watched. I thank you.
Mr. Engineer Serunkuma Kenneth, I'm going to give you a value that you're going to talk about. Let's be quiet.
Colleagues, let's be quiet, please.
Mr. Serunkuma is going to speak about patriotism as one of the values of NUP. So him as a member of Parliament under the ticket of NUP, how is he going to advance our core value of patriotism among the people of Uganda and also carry it on as a value of National Unity Platform?
Thank you so much, moderator. But to my dismay, patriotism is not part of our core values. But still, I can be able to speak about it. Because when you look at the core values, there are basically 6. And among them, patriotism is not there. But still, patriotism is the love, the determination, the courage to speak up, to serve your country by respecting the Constitution, by abiding by rules and regulations, by electing able leaders, by being able to serve as part of the mandate of the people. So, being patriotic, you must be able to exhibit it in where you stay, being disciplined, being able to engage in whatever you're supposed to in elective politics, engaging in decision making. You must be there for your country. But still, just part of this, I want to tell you that another core value of the National Unity Platform is fidelity. You get it? Because the question you posed, I'm trying to really put across that fidelity is one of the core values, whereby we express the faithfulness to a person, cause, or belief demonstrated by continued loyalty. So here, I promise my president that I'll be loyal to the party, loyal to you, and loyal to everyone who supports the National Unity Platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, maybe point of correction is in the new constitution, we don't have fidelity, we have patriotism. So, but at least both of them are related. So that is very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Doctor, please listen to this question. Dr. Charles Rubagumya, you are a member of parliament for Kawempe North. We have a bill in parliament to extend the term of office of the ruling regime. And they need one vote for it to pass. Someone approaches you and says, I'm going to give you money to build a hospital in Kawempe North for your people. Please vote for this bad proposal. What will you do?
Good question. But what I would like to inform the general public that our party is a party for change, and is a party which cannot be compromised. And one of the values of our party is integrity and honesty. As a person who believes in integrity and honesty, I cannot betray the people of Kawempe North constituency. I cannot betray my party.
So you will reject the money for the hospital?
Yes, I will reject.
And vote against the bad law?
Because building a hospital cannot bring up a change which we want. What we want is to remove the dictatorial regime of President Museveni, such that we can able to get our budget and use it the way we want as NUP.
Thank you very much. The same question goes to Kachika Frederick. Kachika, should I repeat the question?
Yes, sir.
The question is, there is a bad law being proposed in parliament. The ruling regime needs one vote to pass it. And they approach you and say, we're going to give you money to build a hospital in Kawempe North, but we want you to vote for the bad law. What will you do?
Thank you.
1 minute.
Thank you. First and foremost, I, Kachika, I fully exhausted corruption and embezzlement. Nobody can give me that money, and I agree with him. So I'm concluding saying that I reject it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nsereko Moses, the same question.
Yes, sir.
Same question.
Yes, I cannot allow, sir. I cannot allow. Even I can box the speaker on that issue. I can just box it. I cannot allow. I cannot allow. We are here for the power of the people, not the money. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. Chakula yiseta Mungu matira.
Thank you.
My president Mwagala Musajja gwe.
Dr. Nalukola will pose the next question. Please, let's be silent.
Mr. Mulumba. Mr. Mulumba, you said you're the chairman LC1, right? Let's give Mr. Mulumba audience. Let's give Mr. Mulumba audience.
Silence, please.
Mr. Mulumba said he's the LC1 chairman in a certain village in Kawempe North. And in that same Kawempe North is where we find the National Referral Hospital. That is the women's hospital.
It's true.
So we have value of service in NUP.
Yes.
You are conflicted in a situation where there are no gloves in the hospital.
Yes.
You people have told you there are no gloves, but these same people need to be worked on. And the doctors are telling them you have to first go buy your gloves outside the hospital, then you come to work on you. What are you going to do as a member of parliament? Are you going to arrest the doctors? Are you going to buy gloves for your constituents? What are you going to do as a leader in terms of service?
Of course, the doctor is not the problem for the availability of those gloves. I know the Minister of Health, which is supposed to be in the position to serve all equipments of health services in that hospital. And for that matter, I bring the press I'll go first to the Ministry of Health, see the Minister of Health before going to the Parliament. So I go to him and I ask him.
I'm sorry for
why this
interrupting
area.
you. It's
Yes,
an
please.
emergency. The patient. It's an emergency. It's quick. We need to
Okay,
work
with
on the
that
patient.
quick one, of course, as a member of Parliament, I have to improvise means so that that patient doesn't die. And then later on, I got the ministry to address the matter. And if it refuses, then I got the Parliament, the podium, to say the problem in my area. Thank you.
Mr. Magaya, you're the last candidate to speak about this. I'm going to ask you again on the value of patriotism. How are you going to advance it? Because that is a value of your party. How are you going to advance it among the people of your constituency, but also among the people of Uganda? Because you're going to not only represent your constituency, you're an MP who is going to make laws that affect the general population of Uganda.
Thank you very much. Patriotism goes hand in hand with fidelity. As a member of Parliament, I would really implore my constituents, my fellow comrades, to love their country. And how do you love your country? By doing things that are within the law, by promoting what is right, and then disdain what is wrong. That's how I would do as a member of Parliament. And actually, as a leader in my area and as an emblem of NUP in my area, I have been preaching that. I've been preaching patriotism. I have been preaching fidelity to the party and love for our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The next question is tricky, and we want to be fair. So how it's going to be answered is by a symbol. Every candidate will come here and do this, or that, and make sure that their friends don't see the answer. Our judges are the ones to see the answer. Because if they speak, some people are expected to know the answer. We want to be fair so that people do not know the answer. This is the question. Which chapter of the 1995 Constitution, in which chapter of the 1995 Constitution do we find fundamental human rights and freedoms located? You come to the front. If it is found in chapter 1, if it is found so you come here and show us, the judges will record the answer. Is that clear? Is that clear? So let's start from here. Which chapter of the Constitution do we find fundamental human rights and freedoms? Done? Next. The next question will be posed by Dr. Nalukola.
I'm going to start with Mr. Nsereko Moses. Let me take this as a follow-up question from the previous question. You've seen what has been happening with the Supreme Court, where there was a judgment on the release of political prisoners. You know, most of these political prisoners are actually NUP supporters, and many of them are from your constituency, Kawempe North. You as a member of parliament, what are you going to do? One, to make sure those political prisoners are released, because they have failed to release them even with a judgment. Two, moving forward, what are you going to do to make sure such cases are not taken to the military court? Remember, the person you're replacing was also a political prisoner.
Hello? I beg your pardon, madam.
You've had the judgment from the Supreme Court.
I've not heard it.
So if you've not heard it, it's okay. Let me change the question. I will pose that question to the next person.
Thank you, madam.
Yes. What is the great... Anyway, let me ask it in a different way. There has been that judgment. X that you don't know.
I have not heard about it.
Yes. But at the same time, we have NUP and other political prisoners. There is Dr. Besige, we have here Bobby Young and others who are in prison. Even the person seated next to you has been in prison for 1.5 years. The person you are replacing as member of parliament was a political prisoner for 2.5 years. What are you going to do? One, to stop Ugandans from being taken to military court. Two, is the ones who are in prison. What are you going to do about it? Because there was a ruling, a judgment, struck a judgment to release them, but they're not released up to now. What are you going to do about it?
I will take government to court such that I can take government to court such that we can talk about that thing, so that our prisoners are released. I will take government to court. That is the answer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The same question applies to Mr. Kachika. What will you do about political prisoners?
The problem we have, this regime, since Museveni got power in 1996, he has done many things to our people. Has killed our people. He has beaten our people. Many people have suffered. So as Kachika, as being elected as a member of parliament, I can pass a law that favor the political prison. No, not a political prisoner. The political party. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.